Witches Before Wizards is the second episode of the Owl House. Luce, after delivering a bunch of potions for Ida, comes across a wizard who says that she's the chosen one, and she goes on an epic quest, but it turns out it might not be what it seems. Notes: one of the things Ida sells is snake oil. A snake oil salesman is another term for a con artist selling something, usually bleach, to people saying it's a cure-all. This is the first episode we see Ida in her casual wear. We learn the name of the little wooden owl on her staff is Albert, a play on the name Albert. This is the first episode to depict apple blood, which is Ida's favorite drink. Dana Terrace has a real-world cocktail you can make of it. But given what we know about the show, and we eventually learn there's a non-alcoholic version for kids, I think it's some weird Boiling Isles equivalent of apple cider. The electronic sword scene in the episode is a clear parody of He-Man or She-Ra. This is the first episode to give a name to the town near the Owl House, Bonesborough. The line, "Do you think love can bloom even on the battlefield?" is directly ripped from Metal Gear. Our secret code means witches. In the first few seconds, we immediately disprove anyone who would have assumed that everything was just a dream. This is the first episode with the theme song. It's a short instrumental, but every theme song that's not an anime is short these days. I really like it. It fits the tone of the show really well and has cool visuals. This is the first episode with the end credits, depicting Luce walking across the Boiling Isles and then eventually to the Owl House. It's a nice tune. It kind of reminds me of lo-fi and anime. Luce meets a wizard in this episode, which brings up the terminology of these elven-eared humanoids. As confirmed by Dana Terrace, witch is a gender-neutral term that basically everyone uses. Keen says wizards are just old people with glitter in their pocket, so I guess wizard is this world's equivalent of calling someone a boomer. And warlock, as confirmed by Dana Terrace, is like calling someone an edgelord. The puppeteer demon behind all of this works at a potion shop, but he also seems to be using illusion magic, so he might be a little bit of a bad girl coven. These terms will make sense in a few episodes. For my overall thoughts, I am kind of overly positive about the first episode, so I'll make up for it and say this episode's kind of meh to me. The animation continues to be great, and I love the message about forging your own destiny and you shouldn't escape completely into a fantasy world. But it feels a little early for Luce to learn a lesson like this, given that she's not completely isekai'd into the world of the Boiling Isles yet. She can go home whenever. It's definitely not a terrible episode that I hate watching, but compared to the rest of the season, this falls a little short. I'd probably give this episode a 6.5 out of 10. But what do you guys think? You like this episode? Did I leave anything interesting out? Let me know in the comments below.